So, welcome back to another episode of Kick Builds. Today is finally the day where we're going to fit the coilovers to my Z4 Coupe. We were just checking the invoice there, and I bought these in June last year, so coming up on 10 months now that I've had these. I've actually never seen them yet. They've been here with the guys at Unit 68 since they got delivered. We just took them out of the delivery box today. And this will be the first time that I actually get to have a proper look at them. So quite excited to see them, check them out, and even more excited to get them on the car and see how it drives. Let's get this open. So yeah, like I say, you're seeing these at the same time as I am. Quite nice packaging from the offset, see that? Some instructions, lots of packaging. Guessing this one's a front by the top mount here. Quite a nice looking piece of kit as far as coilovers go. I say that as if I've owned loads in the past. I've really just had like Joms, but these actually are really nice. The whole black and gold kind of thing's cool. I like that it's the kind of construction of them, you twist the tube as opposed to twisting the coilover, so you're not changing your dampening rating on these, certainly on the rears anyway. Fully adjustable top mount, it's really nice. I'm sure it's like got camber adjustment on the fronts. I actually don't know if the rears do yet. And it has got like 30 click dampening adjustment as well on the top, which is really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to kind of testing that out and finding what works best. Let's have a look at the rears. But yeah, it's a shock and spring setup on these. But again, nice setup with the dampening adjustment here. Yeah, fairly self-explanatory. That's the shock. New drop links. And a spring that's very well packaged for a spring. Well, there's the bottom thing for the spring. The spring seat, I think it's called. Anyway, and here's the actual spring itself. But yeah, fairly straightforward. But yeah, it all looks really nice. I have to say the gloss black with the kind of light gold hardware is really nice to look at, though no one's really going to see it. Hopefully it's low enough when it says shows that you won't get under it. But yeah, I think they look great. So I guess we'll really test them once they're actually on and we get to go for a drive. But yeah, let's get them on. So the guys are just changing the rear struts just now. The previous owner or whoever fitted the lowering springs before had actually already ripped the sound end in there, which makes their job a little bit easier because otherwise we'd be taking a lot more plastics out and stuff like that. So it's a lot less hassle. So while they get on with that, this side's actually already been done. So there is one car done earlier. So yeah, the top mount's fairly straightforward, 2 bolts go in. Springs there. We've used the original kind of spring seat on the bottom just to kind of fill the gap, and then the new one fits around that. And then yeah, we've got this in. Carl's going to put it at a reasonable kind of height setting so far, and then we can adjust that later on if we need to. Up the top here there are the dampening settings. We've just put it right in the middle. There's like 30. So it's in the middle, and then again, as we start driving it and stuff like that, I can change the dampening there quite easily actually. So yeah, all fairly straightforward. Mirror's nearly done. Faz is working on the front, so we'll go have a look at that as well. So they're just finishing up getting the right front strut in. Left one's already in. Top mount here looks a lot better than the original one. And we did find that actually the standard top mounts are kind of notched here. or the strut top is anyway. And I guess that's if you want a bit of kind of factory adjustment, or if you get coilovers that don't have their own camber adjustment, then you've got that there. We weren't sure if it was something that had been done in the past, but both sides are like that. So yeah, kind of an interesting thing to know. The actual camber adjustment on the top menu itself is kind of just accessible. It's sort of covered by this little lip that's here. Could cut that off, but I don't really want to. There's enough access if I want to, but I think when we do fit it, it'll be all fine. We get this as well. So this is for our dampening adjustment. Just kind of slots into the top mount there, clicks in like that. And then we've got 30 or 32 clicks, I believe, of dampening adjustments. So I've put it all the way to the hard, and I'm gonna go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 clicks. So it's about in the middle, and then I'll take it from there and see how it feels. So that's it done. Basically, coilovers are on, all round. Just putting the wheels on the other side. So we'll have a wee look at this side. And yeah, see how it's looking. So yeah, you've seen the top mounts. Again here, there's kind of, you can wind the actual strut up to change the height, as well as kind of adjustment on the coil itself. So we'll have to see once the car's down what kind of height it's at, but it's easy enough for us to adjust it. You can actually adjust it without removing anything from the car, which is kind of nice. And then we've got the camber to worry about, which we'll probably have to mess around with a little bit as well. Back again, fairly straightforward. Springs are in, they're all seating nicely. Used, like I say, the original rubbers there just to keep it seated well, so there's no movement in that at all. And then the strut here, again, tighten it up from the bottom and loosen it or tighten it, depending on how high or low you want to go. And I've kind of adjusted these on the dampening as well, the same as the front, so they're kind of 15 clicks from either direction. That's right in the middle. And then once I've got it on the road and we can kind of test it out, I'll see what I think of that dampening adjustment, and then I can play around with it and get it right for me. But yeah, let's get these wheels on and see how high or low it sits. So we just dropped it down. The front's looking a lot lower, it's quite cambered. The back's still a bit high, so we're going to take the adjuster mounts that I showed you before. We're going to remove those and replace them with the sort of additional bit that they give you if you do need to go a bit lower. So just getting the rear wheels off again. We'll do that. We'll drop it down, see how it looks now. Yeah, here's hoping that it's a nice even height all around and that we don't need to try and go any lower on the back. So that's it back down now. We removed these from the rear springs. BC actually give you a nice little rubber thing, which you've seen already. So yeah, it sits pretty much exactly how I wanted it to height-wise actually. Like I sort of said before, I kind of wanted to hide the top of the tyre, which is what it does. Hopefully it rides pretty well and it won't be scrubbing or anything like that, though it's not going to hit anything here, it'll just be hitting the inner arch, which is totally fine, it's just the plastic. Quite a lot of camber, would say more camber than I was expecting, but I think once the new wheels are on, which are obviously a lot wider and lower offset, then it should actually sit pretty much perfect. Don't have them with me, but we can try that once they've been down to Dan and had the refurb and they've got new tyres on. But yeah, excited. Now the front needs to go down because I've got reverse rake and no one likes reverse rake. Done, she's down. Yeah, really happy with that. Third time lucky. We got the obviously rear down again after we dropped it the first time. The front's down. The guys have put in a spacer on either side as well because the sort of tyre was just rubbing the spring when we dropped the front. But yeah, I'm really happy with the height of it now. I think it looks really good. Pretty even. The front should settle a little more and drop maybe a tiny bit overnight, but we'll just keep an eye on that. But I think it's, yeah, pretty good. I think once getting new wheels on and I've got tyres on those, it's going to look perfect. So yeah, huge thanks again to Faz and Carl and the guys at Unit 68 here for both supplying the kit and fitting it for us today. Yeah, thrilled to bits. Now I need to drive it, see how it drives, and mess around with the dampening, things like that. Make sure of no severe rubbing of inner arches, which I've not had to take a saw to this car yet, so we'll see if I get to that stage. But yeah, let's go drive. So, first drive on coilovers. Actually felt really good. I was a wee bit apprehensive, a little bit worried that it was going to be too firm, maybe too stiff, and it actually wasn't at all. It's really comfy. It's maybe a little firmer on the rear than the suspension was before, but otherwise really comfortable. I hit a couple bumps just to kind of test it, I guess, and I wasn't getting shaken around or anything like that, so really good news, really impressed. I'll have to get my tracking done, but even that's still actually quite straight, so I'm surprised by that. As you can see, the back has already settled a bit more, so it is a lot lower than it was to start with. Guys have advised me to give it a week and let the front settle, so we'll see how that sits in a week's time, but I probably will have to change the height anyway for the new wheels, so I'm sure we'll be fine. But yeah, thanks very much again to the guys at Unit 68 for all their help, advice, fitting and ordering the coilovers. Really appreciate it. And thanks to you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the little notification bell so you get notified anytime we've got a new video coming up. And I'll catch you in the next one.